Welcome to Tiny Epics. Today we're going to take a look at a painting called Clytemnestra After the Murder, painted by John Collier in 1882. Let's zoom in to get a closer look. This is Queen Clytemnestra, wife of King Agamemnon from Greek legend. She poses triumphantly in the doorway of the palace with wild eyes gleaming and flushed cheeks. She shimmers like a goddess surrounded by Mycenaean gold. It's as if she's standing on a theatrical stage as she pushes back the curtain to reveal to us, her audience, a gruesome scene for which she herself is responsible. The dead bodies of her husband and the Trojan princess Cassandra, Agamemnon's beautiful war prize, both freshly murdered by this savage queen. We can't see their motionless forms in the background, but they're there, lying in the gloomy interior, soaked in their own blood. The murder weapon, a double-headed axe, is upside down, its razor-sharp blade still warm from its contact with human flesh. We can almost hear the trickle of blood as it forms a small pool on the marble floor. The painting was inspired by an ancient Greek tragedy written by Aeschylus, in which Clytemnestra delivers these lines. "I stand where I killed him, at the scene of the crime. I did what I did, and I shall not attempt to deny it, that he might not escape, nor yet ward off his fate. I cast a complex net for him, as for a fish. An evil weave it was of wealthy cloth, and struck him twice. 2 groans was all, his limbs collapsed, and where he lay prostrate, I gifted him another cut, a third, and made of him a welcome offering to Hades' house, sure keeper of the dead. So he fell and coughed out his last breath, and sudden the gush of carnage from his mouth to soak me pure and dark, moist rain of his death, and I laughed with delight to match the sharp and burgeoning joy fields find in the God-given rain." We now know several things: that Clytemnestra has murdered her husband and Cassandra, and that she's glad she did it. But unless you're familiar with the tragedy already, you're probably wondering, why did she do it? Well, it wasn't jealousy over her husband's war prize. The reason was revenge. You see, 10 years ago, at the start of the Trojan War, Agamemnon offered up their daughter Iphigenia as a human sacrifice, and Clytemnestra has been waiting all this time to murder her husband with the help of her lover Aeschylus. At first, she's all smiles as she rolls out the red carpet for her husband, gives him a poisoned robe to wear, and lures him into the palace chamber like a spider where she carries out the dark deed. The chorus in the play condemns her as a monster, and she responds by saying, "For did not this man too wreak death through guile upon the house? The seed he sowed in me that grew and bloomed, the child I wept for so, Iphigenia? He fell and died because of me, and I shall bury him, but there will be no tears for him shed by the people of this house." Now I'd like to ask all of you out there watching, do you also think Queen Clytemnestra is a monster, or that her actions were somewhat justified, considering what happened to her daughter Iphigenia? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This video is, by the way, part of an ongoing series focusing on the tragic house of Atreus. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. There's plenty of other videos about Greek mythology to keep you busy in the meantime. Thank you so much for watching.